Cinderella, it's interesting because there's so many different versions.
Fairy tales teach us not just about love, but to fight for the things that you want. They show us that no matter how bad things get, there's always hope. That you should stand up and say no, even if no one else will. To believe and to dream, even if it seems impossible. My favorite quote is by Neil Gaiman, and he said, "Fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten."
And I do have a certain level of freedom to change it as I want to, but there are some very basic elements that people are going to want to see. It's a matter of sort of changing that up. What can you change? What needs to stay? What are people expecting to see? And it's a bit more of a challenge. The prince, normally he is just sort of flawed in the sense that he's arrogant. I interviewed a lot of guys. The reason they were never able to connect with Prince Charming is because he was so flawless. So he is really human. He actually has been injured, and this is something he has to battle and something he struggles with.
Trying to recreate these very iconic characters, especially someone like Cinderella, it's very intimidating. Little girls grow up watching and reading and talking about her, and it's the most well-known story ever told. It's exciting to throw my hat in the ring and create something new, but she's one of the most relatable characters. I think everyone can connect with her at some point. I mean, why wouldn't you want to root for her? I think the models, Allie and Drew, did feel this sense of expectation, and I think they were nervous about how this was going to look and be perceived. They worked very hard to give us so many more layers to these characters. Every look and everything that they did was an attempt to make this story come across in the photos. I think you can tell.
Think about like the classic animation. If you just try and picture yourself as Prince Charming, put your mindset into that, then it'll definitely look that way in the picture.
Physical hair and makeup helps. But definitely just get yourself in the mindset of the actual story.
The photography was handled by a very talented group over at Lundy's Photography. They worked very hard to make sure I was getting what I wanted. We were working under ridiculous circumstances.
There is a tornado warning, and a power line snapped, and just barely missed my car. So we are still waiting on our male model. He seems to be stuck in traffic because I think that the power line that almost killed us is the reason why he can't get through. A formal wear place did not give him his suit. There's no power in the house.
And I think it speaks to their skills and ability that it turned out so well. I mean, you can see Lundy trying to explain and changing things every few moments, and she was trying really hard to bring everything I had pictured to life. Our makeup artist's name is Chelsea Anderson. She's a very good friend, but no matter how much time I spend with her, I'm always amazed at the level of thought and dedication that goes into the things that she creates.
A kind of princessy look that sticks out, but it's kind of simple.
Absolutely nothing about this look that she created for Cinderella was not well thought out and well planned, and if you asked her, she had actual reasons behind every single thing that she chose.
Shouldn't be too out of character for Cinderella, but looking at a more neutral, leaning towards the pink and the bronze colors. This is going to be like a ball scene, so we don't want her to be plain Jane, something you see every day, but she is simple. She's used to dressing plainly, not doing makeup, so looking for something light.
Cinderella as a character is unique because she's strong emotionally. This is a character that has every reason to give up and to no longer have faith, and she continues to be kind and optimistic. It's what drives her stepmother crazy, that she won't break no matter how hard she tries. It's why you want her to win, why when her faith wavers, you feel so bad for her. People say you can't judge a book by its cover, but so many do. It's a challenge to capture the tone and characters in just one look. Most people don't realize how much thought goes into these things, but if no one picks up the Princess of Cinders, then I've lost the battle before I've ever even gotten a chance. When I wrote the fan fiction, The Princess of Cinders, I did not expect it to be as popular as it was. People just seemed to really respond and connect to the characters that I created in the story, and I hope that I have conveyed that into the full-length novel. There are changes, but I really hope that people still connect and root for these characters, and I hope they take something from it.